My
All right.
leaf isn't exactly a leaf here anyway. Hey, there's Sybil.
Yep. Hi, Sybil.
Hi, Sybil. Good morning.
What is wrong with my throat? I
I don't
swear.
know. You have a frog.
I do. Get out of my throat, frog.
You have a frog. Oh, let's see here. Don't know why this thing's going to the wrong place.
Oh, there. Finally came up on that. So, hi, Cindy. Cindy just popped in. Today we are doing things with metal and metallic stuff. So anything that is metal or metallic stuff is what we're doing. That's why the episode was called Heavy Metal. And I'm going all crazy. I've got this metal tin, and this is from Arteza, and it had pencils in it. But I also had this pencil roll from Arteza. So I put all the pencils in the pencil roll. So now I have this empty metal box. And I started to gesso it because I'm going to alter it into, like, I don't know, a jewelry box or something. I like to put stuff in boxes. Am I the only one? I really like to do that. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Marie. Hi, Peggy. Barbara. People are rolling in. But I thought I would show you this. I got this new golden black gesso, and it is ridiculous how good this stuff is. So I left one little section of the top of the box. This is a metal box, unpainted, because I just wanted to show you guys. It just takes one swipe of this black gesso to cover this metal. And I am going to need to seal it when I'm all together done. But I just wanted to show you guys that. That's like one coat, one.
That's awesome.
It's ridiculous.
That never happens.
I know. It's like, I got to take 20 coats to cover up something as brightly colorful as that.
Yeah, I can't remember what I was painting the other day, but it took me 3 coats of just regular gesso. It was not good. Okay, this is not coming together. All right, maybe we won't do this one.
You never know what's going to happen when it's alive.
Well, I was getting out, I was getting out metal stuff, since we were talking about metal, and I had my little dapping hammer here, so that I could do a little dapping and show them all. And then I thought, no, that's too noisy. And then I have this little hammer. So like if you're working on metal and you want to put texture into your metal, like suppose you're working with a tin can, you can you guys can die cut tin cans, right?
Yes, I actually have a bunch of die cut tin cans right
There you
here.
go. And so you can use these kinds of hammers on that to texturize it, which is kind of fun. So, all right. And what I was doing is I was going to form a shape, which, as you can see, didn't really happen all that well. I was forming a shape out of this wire this morning, because I did a lot of work with wire and things. And once you get these formed, if you're just tapping them with your dapping hammer, it's going to harden that and it's going to stay. So like if you want to make your own, say, paper clips or something like that, you can do that and create your own embellishments just with wire. So, all right, enough of that said. And good morning, everyone. Barbara, Clark, Peggy, Marie, Rennie. Trying to scroll back here, see who else. Cindy is here. Marie is here. Yes. So what I was going to do this morning, but I had to take my sweater off first. I can't regulate my temperature these days. It's fall here, right? I get up in the morning and it's 50 degrees and I'm freezing. So then I get up and get my socks and my slippers and my long underwear and my, extra jackets and stuff. And then by the time I get my coffee and I sit down here, I'm not that way anymore. So I have to shed some clothes. Oh dear. So I'm just going to set these metal tools aside. Get rid of a jacket.
I want to try this.
And then I'll show you what I started out doing this morning. Because my first play of the day was creating some background papers, which are these.
Hi, Terry. Welcome to the show. I'm going to shake this up. This is not cool. Ew, gross.
So, you know, metal, I think about metal in a number of different ways. One of which is like these metallic paints. Yes. Love these metallic paints.
I was just about
you can turn a piece of cardboard into heavy metal
mm-hmm.
with your paints, right? I mean, there's brass, there's halo blue gold. I mean, here's a copper. We all know who loves copper.
Yeah, I don't know how many coppers I have on the table today.
Although this metallic bronze is really kind of pretty too. So, I mean, if you're just wanting to change something to have the look of metallic, you can very easily do that with metallic paints.
This one is called Rich Espresso, but look, it's a metallic. Isn't that pretty?
Yum.
It's a deco art one.
So all I did was make a mess on my desk, and I'll show you that. I've got a bunch of metallic papers out here that I'm going to use, you know, because metal, right? Yep. I mean, there's the high gloss ones, and then there's the shimmer ones like this, but they all have that metallic tone to them, all right? Whether it's the copper high gloss or the copper that's like this. I was looking for my papers that had metallics in them, all right? And then you guys also remember these old Basil Bling ones. These have some shimmer to them also. So if you're looking for shimmery things, and we're getting into the season of shimmer here, you know, we're talking fall, winter, you're talking a lot of shimmery stuff. So those are really good for that. The other thing that's good for that, which I was digging in my stash, is suppose you want to create something using those shimmery papers and shimmery paints. This is just plain old Tyvek that's got the metallic paint on it.
Oh my, look exactly what I'm doing.
Oh, look at that.
This is Tyvek.
So you can heat your Tyvek and add your paints to it and get these wonderful pieces like this. Yes, well, we're all thinking the same thoughts, right? Metallic.
Mm-hmm.
Shell was talking about foil this morning. I said, oh no, I'm just not up for foil.
I was going to look for the foil, but I don't know what I already did with it. So I got plenty of metallic stuff on my desk. So
yeah,
I took a piece of
I have plenty of metallic stuff on my desk. Trust me.
And I painted it.
Her coffee, and she's good to go. And yeah, Peggy, I got mine here too. I'm using my cup that is kind of snarky, and we'll talk about that later on too. My cup says that's a horrible idea. What time? I love that.
I think that one showed up on a specific list that I made.
Just might have. Just might have. So anyway, I'm going to put some gloves on because I'm going to get messy. And let's see, I've got some watercolor paper here. And yeah, you can see I wore these gloves earlier today because they're always messy. Why doesn't that scroll on its own? Darn it. You have luck heating your Tyvek. Were you using a regular iron or a craft iron? What were you using, Ray?
I'm using a craft iron right now to heat Tyvek. And you get kind of couple different looks. I wanted to show you another way to do it too. But
Sometimes if it gets too hot, you might want to put it between a couple pieces of paper. Hi, Barb. Yeah, Tyvek.
I also heated some of it with my heat tool, and I'll show you that.
Yeah. So there's a lot of different ways you can heat it. And I actually have what do they call that? It's what quilters use, one of those little quilter irons, like if you're doing small pieces and you want to get into small areas and you don't want to overdo it and you want to watch what's going on.
You mean like this?
No, they're
smaller.
Let me see if I have it out here. It's smaller. It's like this, Shell.
Oh, the really tiny ones. Okay.
The really tiny. So you can, like if you're heating little tiny areas, you can get into it with that.
So something fun you can do with the Tyvek, if you want to make it lacy like this, is you can put it on a embroidery hoop before you heat it so that it stays stretched out. So instead of bubbling up, it just tears apart. But I don't have an I have an embroidery hoop somewhere. I don't know if I could find it this morning. So I just took a metal tin from a cookie thing, and I've got some magnets. And I just magnetized it onto there because necessity is the mother of invention, right?
Right.
And then I just took my heat tool, and this is an embossing one. You could also, I think it might even work better if you used the lower heat one with the lower power, the heat it tool like from Ranger. But mine blew up.
Uh-oh.
So I just used my hotter one.
Danger, Will Rogers, danger.
It's so funny. I had a heat tool that I had for like 20 years, and nothing ever happened. And then within a short amount of time, I broke 3 different heat tools.
Well, I honestly don't think the new ones are as good as the old ones. Because I've got my old one, and I've had a couple that I used for travel. They didn't make it. They were newer.
Well, just like everything, they like to make you buy a new one, so they make it so that it doesn't work as well.
Yeah.
I really believe that. I believe they do that with cars. It's like, you got your oldie goldie cars that last forever, and then all of a sudden, any new car, its computer breaks, right?
Right. So this is Halo Blue Gold. I'm going to add a little bit of this spray that doesn't spray anymore, which is the gold Color Bloom Gold foil. I think it's just kind of plugged.
So I think that's pretty neat. It turns into this lacy stuff.
No, still not spraying. I need to wash out that sprayer. Okay, so there's 2 metallics down on my desk. All right. And I'm going to spritz that with another metallic, which is this mica spray. It's Cornflower Blue from Wendy Vecchi. It's almost like a gray blue. But I'm good with gray. I like gray. And then I'm going to add some this eye zinc from Seth Apter in a Yeah, this says fast drying, no clog. We'll see.
Hmm.
Antique pearl.
So funny how none of us ever believe that.
Well, how many things have we had clog?
A million.
Antique pearl, and then I want to add a little bit of distress oxide in, this is Mermaid Lagoon. Oh boy, that was a lot. And, oops, a little bit of this faded denim. So now I've got my mixture. I'm going to add some water. Just making my palette here. And I'm going to start my dipping.
Well, that's pretty fun. I'm going to have to.
And so now this needs to dry. So I'm going to grab another piece. And another piece, because I've got lots of stuff out here on my desk. I'm just going to continue to work this. I think I need some more gold in there, though. What did I do with that gold? It's hard to get out without making a mess. I really like the shimmer that the gold adds here. So I want to get that out there. And start drying some of these a little bit. Thanks, Barb. Now these don't have to be all the way dry, but you know, dry enough to accept another layer. I don't know if you guys see the shimmer from the gold in that?
It's not quite dry. Maybe let that one dry for a minute. Where the magnets are on my lacy stuff.
Yeah, just heavy-handed, so I'm gonna squirt a little water on that.
I don't want these flat bits. You dry yet? Not really. Still getting all over my hands. Silly stuff. But these are pretty. I like them. Need them on there somehow. This one too. Those are downies and these are uppies. Depending on what side you use. This is like concave and this is convex. I'm not sure which side is better. I don't want you to be straight. This almost seems like lizard skin when it's painted with the metallic. Just reminds me of lizards for some reason. Dragons. A couple more pieces. All right. I think Peg's muted. I don't hear any noises. Yeah, I did scratch this up a little bit with the tip of my scissors, so it's definitely going to need to be sealed. But I'm going to start gluing stuff to it, so I don't really care. I don't really care. When this project is ready to be set aside, it's going to be needing to use lots of drying time because it is going to be so piled up with stuff. This is heavy gloss gel medium. I want everything sealed down. I didn't put anything on my hands. That was a mistake. There's my hand stuff. Better get some art guard on.
Okay. Now that I've done my duty with that.
Oh, I didn't really need two. I guess I got to. All your edges glued down. You don't seem like you have your edges glued.
Put a different surface out here. I think we're done with all the painting and the heating and all of that.
Are you? Are you sure?
Yeah, for now.
For now.
So I'm pushing it to the back of my desk. Okay, so can lose the gloves. Here's the blue pieces that we just created. And you guys can see the metal reflecting in the surface here. That's a pretty color. That's my kind of color right there. So back to where we were. Barb says, Shell's concentrating. What am I missing?
Oh, it was you who was concentrating. I said that you were muted. It sounded like you were muted because I couldn't hear anything. And she said you were concentrating.
Oh, well, I couldn't hear anything because I had the blower going. Eileen's talking about getting white Tyvek. Yeah, I just get it in the mail. I get it. And, I collect it from my friends and, because so much stuff comes in that Tyvek anymore.
Yeah.
I've got a whole box of stuff I've collected from mail. And because you're heating it and painting it, you don't see anything else that's on there. So it's all good, right?
Yep. I didn't hear anything about you reusing express mail envelopes.
Well, and yes, Barb, you do need to be aware that you are heating plastic. It's not good to breathe Tyvek at all. You notice I wasn't doing it here. I typically do that out of doors when I do it, or I wear a mask. I do have a ventilator mask. So you're absolutely right. You don't use your back mat that way? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Peggy's Winnie the Pooh today. It's raining.
Sounds more like Eeyore to me. But thanks for noticing.
Okay, so, yeah. Hello, little butterfly. Nice day if it didn't rain. I love Eeyore. I have Eeyore upstairs. That was one of the first talking stuffed animals I got for my kids. Was Eeyore, because I loved to. You pulled his tail off and he talked, and he had a little butterfly that you stuck on his nose. Too stinking cute. So these are all different color themes that I did this morning. All right. And I was going to just create some greeting cards out of these because everybody needs greeting cards, right? Whether you're cutting tags or greeting cards or using some of these pieces that you cut off are great to go into other things. Like these are just pieces that I was trimming. So this would be great with putting something else over the top of it on a card. Don't throw these little pieces away because they're pretty. They're pretty. Oh, and the other metal thing that everybody seems to have is this duct tape that, we use to seal up our ductwork in the house. And it does punch just fine because I was testing it out this morning, punching out some leads and things.
Yeah, there's lots of fun stuff you can do with that stuff.
Yeah. So I have enough strength to do it. Oh. Yeah. Come on. Come on. I don't want to stand up to get you out of there. Yeah, I'm going to have to stand up. Sometimes just don't have enough old lady oomph.
This stuff is never going to dry. Well, it will, but not today.
Never a long time.
No,
never is a very long time.
But it's going to be really cool when it is dry.
Okay.
Come on. Tyvek is hard to cut. and it won't tear either.
Finally released. Come out wherever you are.
Okay.
I can get in there and pull it out without tearing it. I didn't do it very well. There we go. There we go. It's our little scrunched up silver leaf. Let's try that again. Let me try that with, I was going to do this. All right, what did I do with the tape now?
I don't know.
I can lose something in a minute. Okay, so let's try this hello with the tape and a punch. There we go. That's a little bigger image. It should come out easier.
Well,
There we go. So there's a little hello. And then, you know, I really love this type of punch. I don't know if you guys own any of these, but these EK punches are fabulous. And you don't have to punch the whole thing. Like if you just want to get, you know, the little bit of branch here, and you've just got a little bit of tape left over, go ahead and punch that and get what you can out of the pieces that you got left over, because these can be stored and used later in your metal art pieces. Okay, so that's that tape, duct tape.
Maybe I need to heat it a little bit. It's just not sticky.
So the other thing I was doing this morning was I was die cutting pieces like this out of that gloss paper. I was showing you, everything's stuck together now. I was showing you the difference between the matte metallic and the gloss metallic papers. And I had another one out that I lost already. And you may have to spend a little bit of time weeding some of these, because what I do, or what I like to do, some of the papers that I get have the adhesive already on the back side, like this particular gold already has adhesive on the back side, so I can just peel and stick. If I can get it started. This is just peel and stick, like so. And that's what I've done here, is I took a card and I peeled that off and I stuck it on the front of the card. So that's my first layer. Yeah, those would be good. Yeah, and Barb, when you're doing that, put the this is what I was going to tell you. On these pieces, what I do is I take my double stick tape and put this on the back of that paper. So you see I've got the double stick on this paper. And then when you die cut it, it's going to come out like this. You can see that there's some paper left here. And then you're going to have to weed the pieces here that are stuck to the adhesive. But this is going to make your life so much easier when you go to putting it down. You can glue them, but you know, I like to make my life easy. So double stick tape. And honestly, I think Elizabeth Craft still has this stuff on sale. They were running a 25% off sale. Like this week, I know they had it. I don't know if it's still going or not, but yeah, Elizabeth had it 25% off. The other thing that I noticed, since I'm talking about die cuts, is I noticed that Sizzix, their foldable Sizzix machine, I think for Christmas or the holidays, they're starting to run sales already. Okay, so now I've got my card and I've got my stuff on the front, and then I cut down one of those pieces because I'm going to adhere this to the front like so. And this is just another one of those modeled pieces of paper that we made. Thanks, Barb. So for that, I'm going to get a thinner tape and go around the edge. Suckwing. Some words just make me laugh. This is double stick tape. And I'm putting it around the edge. And I'm going to use some liquid adhesive so that I can reposition if I need to, because I really cut the margins on these tight. I don't even think it's probably a 1/16 of an inch, not an 1/8 of an inch. But I wanted to get as much real estate on the front of that card because I think these backgrounds are gorgeous. And I wanted to make sure that I was showing off that gorgeous background after we went to all that work creating it, right?
Makes sense.
So if you guys don't know this trick, if you put your double stick tape on and then you're leaving these tabs out, it helps with you with repositioning because you can pull this off after you get it in spot. And then you can take your, what did I do with my glue? I know I have glue here. Nope, that's paint. I'm looking for my needle. There we go. So I'm just going to use some of this Dries Clear. And I'm going to put it on top of the area that's already got adhesive exposed so that it doesn't stick down immediately. See how it's sticking to me? Really does stick to me. And I'll put the pin back in the top. So then I can flip it over and decide which way I want to put this. Do I want it like this? Yeah, I think so. So you will see that there's just the slightest reveal on this gold. And you could do the gold with a gold pen too. I've done that before. Remember, we used to always have those, what were they called? They were like 18 karat gold pens that we did all the edging with.
Oh, zig pins.
No,
No,
it was, all right.
that's what I always
You're
use.
going to make me look, aren't you?
I always use the zig painty pins.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, because they were so shiny. And they also were good for flicking.
Krylon.
Oh, the Krylons?
The Krylon. They had it in silver, gold, bronze. Yeah. These guys.
Yeah.
We used to edge everything in that. Okay, so Now that I've got it positioned, I can pull the extra out and it'll seal down. And just give that little gold reveal. And then I still didn't get it straight. Ah, too much yakking, not enough paying attention to what I'm doing. Okay, so I think that makes a gorgeous background.
That does.
And then I can go to my metallic die cuts because I think they're really pretty. And I can position, because these are real open die cuts, they're not going to distract. I mean, they got bling because they're that shiny gold, just like it's the same material that I used to frame this out with. But, all right, what's the story here? I've still got some Klingons. Here's my pen. Still got a little bit of that tape wanting to hold on to the backside. So I'm going to punch that out.
All right, what if?
I did these a little while ago, so it's probably
So see, this one is punched out of a Coca-Cola can. Someone sent these to me, but they're die cut out of different types of cans. Looks like these are all Coke. That one might be beer. I don't know. This one's
I
energy.
love Coke.
But they are curved, and so I got out this squishy pad. It's like a mouth pad, like one of those. I think that's what material it is. And I use it for poking things, you can see, but it also would be good to use a round tool to do something to these. And if I go from the back, I can make a center for the flower. I can make the petals differentiate from each other. I thought it would be just a good idea to give this a little bit of something, something.
Something, something.
Yep, so that it just looks a little bit more interesting than just a plain old die cut.
Everything wants to be a bother today. What's the deal?
One of those days. Just one of those days.
So the other thing that you can do, like after you pull the, I'm getting ahead of myself here.
Mm-hmm.
After you pull the backing off of these, remember this was a die cut. So what have you got? You've got a mask. So this is a nice smooth piece. You can use these as a mask on another project. And I will show you that in a moment once I ever get this glue out of the hole here. Don't want white showing through. There we go. I think I finally got it. Finally. Okay, so there's that one. Let's see if this one's going to be as difficult as the first one.
Probably. Things seem to want to be a pain in the bottom today.
Sybil says she always uses the inside of the can as the front and use alcohol ink for color. Yeah, alcohol ink on metal is great. Absolutely.
Yeah. I think I have one here that's colored already with, yeah, at least one.
Yeah, I know. You know, some of these old techniques are some of the best when you think about it. if you go back, we didn't have all the stuff to make everything, so we were making it ourselves, right?
Yep. Back in the day.
Back in the day. Okay, I think I'll put that right about there. Looks like I still ended up with a little bit of white in that one. Weed that out. Darn stuff.
I don't like weeding.
I don't like weeding in the garden or on my card.
Nope.
Either place. Either place. All right. And I'm going to cut that off because it's a little bit too long for me. Okay. So we've got that. Now, I did punch a hello, but I'm thinking that that might be too big. I don't know. What do you guys think? Is that too big? Do you like it? What I do have, I got these new stamps from Tailored Expressions. Let me show you. They're really cool.
Have you been shopping again? Retail therapy.
Sorry, yes. Well, remember I went to Des Moines with the girls?
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Big mistake. Just saying. Big mistake to go to Des Moines with the girls. So anyway, they have these really cool stamps like this that have all these little sayings and things on them. All these little sayings and things on them, right? And the cool thing about these, right? You see all those sentiments? Is it comes, you can get a die. Whoops! Oh yeah, just dump it all on the floor. You can get a die that cuts all those little sentiments out. So you don't even have to press it. And then I just dumped it all on the floor.
You know, somewhere. I hate. Dang it. Oh, there it is. Clear under the desk somewhere in the hinterlands is a U tool.
So then I have to put all that back in the container here. Oh, there's those stencils I was missing. Once you cut them all out, and you suppose you're going someplace and you're going to have a card making session, well, guess what? They have this cute little box that you can get to store all your little strips in, and they layer up like this. And I can take my sentiment out of the box, just like so. And I'm ready to roll.
I have that thing heating up already.
So yeah, I'm sorry. You know, it was just such a convenient thing. I had to do it. I had to do it. So I wonder, do I have, let me see. Oh, I do. I've got my Delicata Gold. Let me see if there's any ink in it. These dry out really fast. Have you guys noticed that about these Delicata?
I haven't had any.
the ink dries out really fast in these. But I like the gold. So I can edge this in that gold. Make it all come together, right? Yeah, I used to have some gold pigment inks, but I think I got rid of a lot of that when I wasn't doing as much embossing anymore, because gold pigment ink you don't really need if you're going to gold emboss, because you have gold in your embossing powder.
Right. I do still have some Encore, I think. Encore metallic pigment ink.
Yeah, I think my Encore dried up too. I don't know. There was something about the metallics that they... Is that going to be narrow enough? I'm going to give it a try.
Is this going to heat up or not?
Oh, look at that.
A little bit.
Look at that. We made it.
I'll come back here.
Of course, now I got ink all over my fingers. Try not to do that.
Do as I say, not as I do.
Try not to leave ink all over your fingers. Probably should have heat set it before I tried to put tape on the back.
I was going to put these on with hot
And
glue, which would have been smart, but my hot glue gun's not heating up fast enough. And this is a live show. So I guess we're going to go...
Sending smiles across the miles. Card number 1. Da-da-da. Okay, that took way too long.
I'm going to say, that was a pretty long... a long time for making one.
Yeah, so anyway, the other one I was going to tell you about. Okay, so remember I was talking about these, using these as a mask, now that you've used it, the backer off of it. So I can take, let's do a different color now. Let's do one of these blue ones and use this as a mask. Didn't weed out all the way. All right, so I'm going to get my denim spray. Oh no, I said I was done with spray, didn't I? All right. If I'm done with spray, that means I've got to go for ink. So I'm going to get some cobalt blue ink. And I'm going to stick something down underneath this instead of making a mess, right? That would be a good idea, right?
Sometimes. I mean, you know, sometimes you really just want a mess, right?
Well, I don't know.
No, never.
Wasn't really thinking about making that big of a mess. So what I could do if I was smart is to take some tape to keep these in place with, like so. Yeah. Like that. And like that.
Yeah, maybe my hot
So
glue.
it's not running all over my page. All right. And then I'm going to get a tool and some of that blue. And I'm going to take a piece of scratch paper
This one in
off a
yeah.
little bit. And I'm just going to use, boy, that does not want to stay down for me, does it? Use my blender here and get a shadow. All right, it's getting worked in a little bit better.
Oh. Yeah, 1,000 hot glue sticks that don't fit my hot glue gun. This is not good.
Uh-oh. Ruh-roh.
Remember, I've had multiple hot glue incidents already on this show.
Okay, let's
I
see.
never have the right hot glue gun.
Okay, so we've got our masked area.
How about this hot glue gun?
I'm using these, right? And you could leave it as this and then just, take a pen and draw around it, to emphasize that if you wanted to do that. Or you can come back with another one of those same images and add it to that, like so. Or I could add some leaves.
These are not.
Die cut. So you got lots of options. Think about what you have in your stash and what's going to work for you. Those are kind of pretty. I think I need to cut this down, though, if I'm going to put it on a card. And I'm going to want to do the edges, too. The other thing I wanted to show you was some pens that I had. There's lots of metallic pens.
Ooh, lots of metallic pens, yes. All right, what else do I have? Well, that's got all kinds of interesting things that I could put on here. Maybe
The box is off screen. Not sure what box. Oh, the box with the. Okay. I know what box she's talking about. She's talking about the box that holds all the sentiments. Okay, so if I'm going to make a card. Okay, your standard card. Let's go back to the beginning here. I think I'm going to put this on a white card, just like we did the other one, which is just a half a sheet of paper, half of an 8.5 by 11. Oh, I don't want that one. My other bone folder. There we go. You guys have your own special bone folders? I have ones that I have for different purposes. Isn't that awful? Okay, so this is the very first bone folder I ever bought, right here.
an oldie but a goodie.
It's still good, yeah, but it's really not. It's not Teflon. It's not, it's not like the new bone folders. What can I say? The new stuff is fancy. Okay, so remember I said we were going to cut this down so that we just have a little reveal. So 5 1/4 by 4 should give us just a 1/4 inch reveal on the standard note card.
don't think I put enough goop in there. I do not think that my project's going to be anywhere near done
It's
by
a
the
pretty
end of the
nice
show.
Okay, so just going to try to line this up best I can.
Yep. All right. Sometimes you just need.
Oh yeah, best I can was not the best.
Hot glue be hot.
This is the crafter who did not put it in the right spot. So in that case, I'm going to put some glue down.
I'm just adding a little bit of hot glue to keep it stuck down until the heavy medium dries, you know?
You know?
You'll never know it's there. This particular hot glue gun is flipping hot.
Yeah.
This is not a low temp or whatever they call it. This is like burn your face off hot.
I have some of those.
Yeah.
I gave them to my husband. Because I was burning myself all the time with them.
Where's the glue sticks that go to that glue? That's the question.
Try this again.
This is not my day.
Yeah, I understand. Okay, so then we need to cut this down to, what did I say, 5 by 3 3/4. Okay. And because I have my blue out,
No.
I'm going to edge with that. Okay. So, see if I can mess this up.
Probably.
Yeah, the way my day's going, yeah. Yeah, I can. Just
you
saying.
try real hard. Man.
Okay. So,
It's probably good enough. Okay.
Got
This is going to be really cool when I get it finished. But right now, it's really not that great.
Hi, Nell.
Whoops. Just lost my glass glitter.
Tweezers. She obviously hasn't seen me with a pair of tweezers. funny. Don't like that one. What else do I have here? I have enough stuff on my desk. I should be able to find something, right?
Ah. Shouldn't have touched that. That was a bad mistake.
Uh-oh. Ruh-roh. The joys of being live.
Yep. Just trying to help it stick a little bit, but it doesn't want to. It just wants to be a jerk. Why are you being a jerk? If I stick a little bit under there.
You know, stuff is falling up here. There we go. I could use just about any kind of floral in there. I mean, we could even mix it up and add some of the wanted to, but I'm not gonna stick with it.
I hate you, hot glue gun.
Oh, oh, poor glue gun.
No, it's a vicious beast. Vicious.
Come on, weed, darn it.
Oh, how did you get out from under there?
All right, you're going to be like that. I'm not going to mess with you today.
That's what I was saying. It's like, you know, if you're just going to be like that, then just be like that. Okay. They're at least stuck down enough that they will be able to be stuck down enough. But nothing is going to dry in time for me to do anything. It's going to be really cool, I promise.
We know it will, Shell. We know it will.
And I'm probably going to have to let it dry overnight and then go to the next stage after that. So I don't think there's going to be a speed video today.
So this is some of that shimmer stack. This is from Die Cuts with a View. And, you know, if you're looking for something that's got a little bit of that metallic, that's a good one. It's not the in your face bling metallic. It's the kind of muted metallic, which I could show you. Here's a die cut piece out of some of that.
What else do I have? I know, I'm kind of just liking this whole floral thing.
Did you read what Nell said?
Uh-uh.
Insanity is described as doing the same thing over and over, knowing it's going to be the same result. Thus,
That is absolutely true.
that's great. Oh my goodness. Okay, so now this is I was gonna do a tag for Tag It Tuesday, but I'm not going to do that. This is actually a stamp that I had carved some time ago, and I had just stamped it in a white ink on black paper. I was testing out some new inks that I'd gotten from Technique Tuesday. I think that's who it was. They sent me they had a $25 box, okay? And it was I'm looking at it right here. It's one of those medium-sized priority mail ones, and it was chock full of stuff. And they had all these natural colored inks in there. You know, I really like that gray. But I was testing out the inks, so I thought, well, I'd test out that one. And then I started thinking about it. You know, the white on the black is cool, but you gotta have some bling with that, right? So you can use a metallic marker. Like these Nuvo come in these glittery looking things. Is that the right one? Yeah. See, this one's kind of a silver. So I thought, well, that would be pretty just to kind of outline the leaf with here. And get a little extra shimmer shine. But if you guys don't know about Tag It Tuesday, our friend Sherry does Tag It Tuesday each month. And I've been absent. I feel bad because usually I try to do that every month. So
I did mine yesterday.
I was going to try to knock a tag out for Sherry. I haven't picked out a dog. I found some tissue paper that had come in one of my shipping boxes that had a dog on it.
Oh, that's cool.
Because what she gives prompts, she gives 4 prompts, and you need to do at least 2 of them.
Yeah, no, I don't like these. I thought I would, but I don't. I just like the flowers, so should just leave it. Stop fussing with it. Right.
So can you guys see what that little bit of glitter bling does on there? But metallic papers come in all colors, shapes, sizes. These are, this is called Merlot metallic. It's kind of a purpley color, really pretty. You guys see that?
Well,
This is some more of that not so in your face gold metallic. And there's a copper. But I like papers that are colored all the way through. Like if you're die cutting or cutting it, you know, the color is there all the way through. So you don't have to worry about having that white edge on it. So I could turn this into a tag. It's kind of pretty.
well, I guess I can do some dry brushing so I can at least show you what it's going to look like when I'm going to paint all of this with black gesso once it's dry. I'm going to completely paint all this metal, and then I'm going to dry brush it.
This one has a lot of that. Oh, I'm sorry, Shell, go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying it's just texture. This is all like the texture, and the color will come out later. But it's not dry enough for me to do anything. But I could at least show you dry brushing on the Tyvek portion with some of this metallic paint. It's going to be super cool. Just barely touching the tops. And it'll bring out all that texture. That one is amethyst. This one's berry.
So I'll just show you, this is what the group looks like. Tuesday from Sherry. And if you go over to the albums, she has September's is right here. And it says collage with your wipe up paper towel or baby wipe. Add a paper clip. Build up texture with a palette knife or any medium and add a dog image. So those are the 4, and you can do 2 or 4 or however many of those you want to. So this one I was telling you guys, this one has more of that Seth After spray, this dye spray from Seth. It's pearlized, and it really, you know, kind of mutes everything down, pushes it into the background. I thought that was kind of different and interesting.
The one he says is never going to clog.
That's the one. I wonder if I could create a...
Oh, not even on screen. That's nice.
All right. I think I have a plan. I'm going to use this stuff. I'm going to glue this down. I need to cut that off right there.
Or I could dry brush with like gesso first and then do the metallics over it, which makes it more dramatic. This is all going to get painted again before anything happens. So
What did I do with? Here we go. No, Sherry Sherry was one of our original people when we did Pick a Stick.
yeah, there was 4 of us when we started Pick a Stick.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, like 6 years or something.
Or more. I don't even remember. But we originally started out with 4 of us doing the Pick a Stick challenge each month.
Yeah.
And Sherry was doing, I think Sherry was doing Tag It Tuesday back then even. Wasn't she?
I'm not sure when she started. I don't know. Maybe.
But, you know, along with Pick a Stick, we did Tag It Tuesday with her too because, you know, she's our buddy. We do it.
Ugh, my water's black from.
Yeah. Elizabeth and Sherry were part of the original 4.
Yeah.
For Pick a Stick.
Yep.
And then Liz had a baby and went back to school, and Sherry was moving and had a few life changes herself, and yeah. So you know how things go. Life changes.
Yep.
So Shal and I stuck it out all these years.
Although we did in this last year merge our Pick a Stick group with our art joy sharing just to make it easier.
Yeah.
It was too much.
Yeah, because we were doing way too many things. And it's, you know, trying to manage all that stuff in different places. It gets cumbersome having to go back and forth. You know, because you got your blog, you got your Facebook group, you got your Instagram, you got your Pinterest, you got your, you know, social media is a very busy place.
Yeah, and I would rather do art than spend all my time jumping around posting crap.
Yeah, me too. Okay, that looks okay. The other side does not. What did I do there? Cut straight. Good enough. So we still stay in touch, you know, we're still all friends. It's just, you know, people's lives go different ways.
Yep. I advertise every month for Sherry though, so
yeah, we try to get the word out for her.
Yeah. So I think a lot of people do think it's my group. Like now. Technically not my group.
Well, and if you're not following Sherry someplace else, you may not see her, you know.
Yeah, I don't think she makes many videos or anything anymore, so she's consumed with her farm and her dogs, and I think she's into crocheting. Or
she was crocheting.
Yeah, that's mostly.
She does jewelry. She does an online Etsy thing. I mean, she's a busy gal.
Yeah. I think she might even have. Does she sell? Well, I guess that's Etsy. She sells stuff.
Yeah, she had a lot of beads and stuff on Etsy.
Yeah. She was making like wine marker things with beads, I remember, and then she did a bunch of, I think it was Christmas ornaments. She was doing that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, she just didn't have time for pick a stick anymore. Anyway, I think we're about done here. We've only got 5 minutes. My water's full of black gesso.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you can see it's going to end up being really cool. A lot of texture. That's all that Tyvek. And it's going to have pretty metallic colors. And then it will be a jewelry box.
Cool.
Out of a recycled Arteza pencil tin.
I like to recycle tins. I did a tin that I put my gel plates in that was a recycled tin like that.
Well, that's a good idea.
A lot of fun. So I'm just making my background for Sherry's tag. Bree says, great project, Shell.
Thank you. It's just not even close to being done. Not even. But I am going to paint it all black with this gesso. This gesso is so awesome. Why do they ever mess around with the other brands of gesso, man?
Well,
it just paints right over it. It's just like the best.
You know, sometimes you get suckered in with a sale. Sometimes people give you stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got probably 4 different kinds of gesso, and they're all supposed to be black gesso, and none of them is the same thing.
And I know I have some deco art that gesso that looks gray.
Yeah, it does not look black, that's for sure.
It's gray. Black gesso that's actually gray. I shouldn't be doing this so soon, but I just wanted to get something to show.
Yeah.
These are still moving around because this stuff's not dry. But.
So I just put a coat of tissue over, kind of stretching the vibe of using the baby wipe thing.
My baby wipe one turned out really good.
Yeah, I don't use that many baby wipes anymore.
I threw all mine away, but I grabbed them out of the trash.
I've kind of moved to using rags, you know, so that I can wash them. I got rags.
Yeah, well, I used to have this huge bucket full of baby wipes that I kept over the years because they were such pretty colors on them, and you know, and I recently threw them all away. And then the minute that I throw them all away, it's like Sherry's like, "Oh yeah, by the way, you need to use a baby wipe." Okay. Thanks, Sherry.
So I'm thinking something like this, you know, put that on the copper, put that Tyvek on there, add my leaf, something like that. Direction I'm heading anyway.
And I'm gonna color all this up with metallic paint and maybe some of this Pearl X powder. I have some Pearl X powder out. I don't know. I have all kinds of stuff out.
Did you videotape today, Shell?
Yeah, some of it. I forgot to turn it on right at the beginning.
Okay, because Barb was saying something about it would be helpful.
Yeah, I'll probably have to redo the heating of the Tyvek, but the rest of it I think is mostly on there. But it's not going to be today, people.
Yeah, nothing gets uploaded in a day anymore, I'll tell you.
I usually do it on the same day. At this point, I don't have anything to take a picture of, so. The Tyvek is fun, though.
Yeah. Well, we want to thank you for having been here. Next week, we've got a big surprise planned for you guys. We've got new fun stuff coming out for October, and we'll be talking about the October challenges and what we're going to be doing. So I hope you can come and join us because it'll be a really fun month for all of us, I think.
Yes,
And
yes. Busy but fun.
yeah, well, because we are doing our everyday journaling next month. So,
Yep. Instead of November, the thing we normally do in November, we're going to do it in October.
we decided November was not the month because it's everybody's holiday and family and yeah. So,
It was just too much. It was too much. Yeah. Anyway, I guess we're done. It's 10 o'clock. So I'll see you guys later. We'll see you next week.
Bye.